Happy Sunday. I believe today's Sunday. Happy Sunday. Welcome back to my channel if you are a returning subscriber. If it's your first time here and you've never seen my face before, then welcome to my channel. My name is Jasmine. I'm so happy to have you here because we're full of vibes. Vibes. Here I am in all my bonnet glory, looking like one of those aliens off that movie. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The aliens? I'll show you. Go ahead and click that red subscribe button to join my family. Hey. Before we get started, give me a thumbs up so I know I have your support. I appreciate it so much. You guys, it makes my day to know that you guys are watching my videos and enjoying my videos. And thank you so much. I think that's it for the formalities, so let's get into the video. Okay, friends, so today I am going to be doing I'm gonna put on some makeup today. Also, I'm gonna be giving you guys a story time. You guys seem to like my story times. The last one that I did, the first and last one that I did, went over pretty well. You guys seemed a little bit entertained by my tragedies. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you another tragedy for free. All you gotta do is subscribe. But before we get into that, I want to thank you guys so much for going ham, Burger Helper, on that last video that I posted up, the DNA results. Y'all really liked that video. Wow, who knew me and my ancestry was so interesting. Also, I've noticed that y'all like to debate. Let me tell you, I'm appreciative for every comment that I receive. Y'all starting an interaction with me. I got a lot of interaction on that last video. But one thing that I'm not here for is to be, you know, doing a little bit of debate. I'm not here for debates in the comment section. So if you have an opinion and you're really just trying to argue and be a troll, thank you for watching, but you won't get a reaction out of me. Sorries. Alright, so like I said, today I'm going to be doing a makeup look. I think I'm just going to do like my everyday makeup routine. You guys can get ready with me. And I'm going to tell you a story about a lovely lady. So, first things first, I'm the realist. Okay. Y'all didn't come here to hear that. I also like to let you guys know before we get started that if you are not hydrating yourself, please make sure that you are doing so. The weather is getting warmer outside. Hallelujah. And you know, you need to make sure that you're getting that H2O in your system. Let me get my eyebrows and then we're gonna get into the story time because I know y'all are here for the green tea. Green tea because we're healthy. Alright, gotta do my eyebrows. So basically, this is a story time of how I almost died in Pennsylvania. The year 2018, okay? The year was 2018 and I had just started, well, not even dating. I had just started seeing this guy who is now my boyfriend. We had just kind of started talking and he and I were kind of in that stage for a minute, right? So, we were talking, seeing if we liked each other, seeing if we wanted this to progress, to grow. And so I remember it was around September because it was around the time of his birthday. And I'm very big on birthdays. If you know me, you know I love a good birthday. I love a good birthday party / celebration. So I can distinctly remember wanting to do something big for his birthday, but I was out of town for his actual birthday. I went to my mother's to visit her around that same time, so September 2018, and I missed his birthday. But I had a big plan for what we were gonna do for his birthday, right? He's a huge Steelers fan, and I found a cheap ticket to Philly, and so I took us to Philly for his birthday when I got back to Orlando at the time where I was living. We drove up to Pittsburgh for a Steelers game, and then we were supposed to drive back down to Philly, I want to say that same night. That night after the Steelers game, we decided, you know what? It's late. We had to drive all through the mountains to get to Philly. I mean, to get to Pittsburgh. We had to drive all through the mountains. So we were like, we're not gonna risk driving back to Philly tonight. So we're scouring the internet for a hotel room, and we end up finding one in this little podunk. It was, oh my god, it was last minute. There was nothing else available. You know, we didn't plan ahead, so we ended up staying in like this like literally dump. But life is all about the memories, right? Right. So we ended up staying in like this little dump for the night. I'm pretty sure that they had like roaches, bed bugs, monsters in the closet, all the above. It was like in Martin, where you remember the episode of Martin where they were like on vacation and the little rodent, rat, whatever kind of came out like attacking them. It was that kind of vibe for the hotel that we were staying in that night. No bueno. But again, backs were up against the wall. We didn't plan ahead. That's all we had. We made it work. So the next day, it was time to go back to Philly. And let me tell you, something about that ride home from Pittsburgh messed me up. It messed me up. There's a lot of mountains, a lot of hills. My boyfriend is a speed demon. And he likes to go fast. He likes to drive reckless. And in the mountains and hills, I don't know what happened, but my tummy got messed up. My tummy is all kind of flippity floppity, and I wasn't feeling the best, but I was still like, you know, I feel weird, but let's keep going kind of thing. We keep going. We're exploring Philly. I want to say it was our last night in Philly when we came back from Pittsburgh. And my boyfriend wanted to have some sushi. I'm not a huge sushi eater. There's really only one place that I can go to eat sushi. I do not dabble in all of the raw fish and none of it. I am not an experimental eater. I eat what I like. I like what I like. I eat what I like. I don't really seek to go outside of what I like. I'm not an adventurous eater at all. So that being said, we're at the sushi place. I already kind of know that I don't really mess with sushi like that, but he's going ham. And my boyfriend's the kind of person who, he wants you to try what he's eating. He wants you to experience all kinds of food. If you say no, there is no no. You're gonna try it. So I'm eating sushi, and I know that this is not my cup of tea. Like, I know that I don't like this stuff, but I'm trying it. You know, it's not that good. I'm trying it. I think at this point in time, he and I have been dating for maybe a couple of days, because I want to say that we made it official right before we left for this trip. I'm pretty sure. So we have been dating for maybe like a week at most, officially. We went on our first vacation, a week into our relationship. And we finished the meal. The meal's done. It's about time to like pay and like leave. And the restaurant's closing up. We're like one of the last, if not the last, we're one of the last people in the restaurant. It's time to go home. Time to call it a night. Right? Right. All of a sudden, my world comes crumbling down, crashing down. The room starts to spin. I don't know what was happening to me. I don't know if I was having like a panic attack. I didn't know if like I was having a stroke. I didn't know what was going on. But the room is spinning. The room is spinning. I can't see straight all of a sudden. Like, he's sitting right across me at the table. And like, it looks like he's like sitting like this, like on some Inception type stuff. And I'm just like, I'm starting to freak out a little bit, because I'm like, like straight vertigo. Straight vertigo! Out of nowhere. And I'm like, I don't know, I think I might have gotten food poisoning. Like, I'm telling him this, like, I don't feel so good. Like, I might have gotten food poisoning. I don't know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, well, do you need some water? Like, he's still pretty chill. And I'm like, yeah, maybe some water, blah, 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 blah. I can't see straight at this point. Like, he doesn't know this, but I cannot see. Like, everything is just like, I can't see straight. And so I'm like, you know what? Maybe what's better for me is if I lay down. So I literally just like, I was sitting in like a bench kind of thing. So I literally just like lean over and lay down in the restaurant. Cause something ain't right. Something is not right. I don't like this feeling. I'm a pretty healthy person. Like, these kind of things don't happen to me. So it was like a first time experience. I'm leaning over and I'm laying down in the restaurant, and as soon as I lay down, it's like 1,000,005 times worse. 1,000,005 times worse. Like, I felt like I was about to black out. Like, I just could not. I was scared, anxiety, can't see. I'm freaking out. And at this point, he realizes that, like, oh, something's going down. Like, this is not a drill. This is not a drill. Do something. So he's talking to like the owner of the restaurant or the manager of the restaurant or somebody, and he's like asking for water and stuff like that. And I'm like freaking out, and I'm like like laying down on this bench and like trying to like, you know, regain my composure, because I don't know what the hell's going on with my body right now. And I remember I got to a point in that restaurant where I was just like terrified. Like, I was just like, oh my God, I'm about to die. So I remember I told him, like, I can't remember if I told him to call my mom in that moment when we were at the restaurant or call the ambulance. I know I told him to call both, but I can't remember in which order. I think I told him to call 911 first, because I was like, it's going down! Help! Like, inside, that's what I'm saying. So I told him, I was like, call 911, like, give me an ambulance. So he calls 911, and I'm still freaking out, and I'm still like hyperventilating, and this time there's no more customers in the restaurant. It's just the people who work there, and they're like crowded around me, and like the owner of the restaurant is like, oh, well, like, did she eat something, and does she have allergies? Like, what's going on? And I'm in my head, I can hear them, but I can't respond. Like, and Tito and we're just dating for a week, so he don't even really know me like that. Like, he don't know my history. He don't know if I have allergies. Like, he doesn't know these things. So he's just like talking to the guy, and he's like, I don't know. And the guy's like, well, maybe she got food poisoning. Like, maybe something didn't sit well. And Tito's just like, I don't know what to do. So I'm laying there, I'm waiting for the ambulance. I can see the lights, like, cause I'm laying down on the bench still, and I can, like, there's a big window behind the table where we were sitting that looks out into the street kind of thing. And I can see, like, the lights of the ambulance pull up, and, like, I'm like, oh, hallelujah, like, salvation. This man has come here, an angel has come here to save me in my time of need, right? So ambulance comes, and the ambulance man, the EMT, I guess he's called, who, I don't know who this EMT was, or if that was even his title, I don't know. Trash. 10 out of 10, do not recommend. Let me tell you why. So he comes in, he's talking to Tito a little bit. Tito doesn't have any answers for this man, so then he starts talking to me. And he's like, oh, did you eat something you weren't supposed to eat? Are you pregnant? Asking me a whole bunch of questions that I don't have the answer to, because I'm over here on my deathbed. Sir, I don't know what I ate. I don't know who I am. I just know that I think I'm dying. So he's asking me all these questions, and then I remember him being like, all right, we're gonna put you in the ambulance. He doesn't even give me like a roller or nothing, like a wheelchair, a freaking gurney like they do on television. I'm thinking he's about to strap me to like a little table and do the little lip flip thing. No, he does not. He grabs me on my arm and literally pulls me out into the ambulance. I walked to the ambulance, and I remember, keep in mind, I have vertigo. I can't see straight. I don't know what the hell's going on. And he's like being so impatient with me, pulling me, and I keep trying to like stop so I can like, get my bearings and see where the heck I'm going and all this kind of things. And he's just like no patience whatsoever, like, but damn near throws me into the ambulance. And I'm like, well, hell, for all this walking, I could have just walked my ass into a taxi and saved myself the ambulance bill. Because if you ride in an ambulance, it's not cheap. It's not cheap at all. So he walks me to the ambulance where I could have walked to a taxi and took my own stuff to the hospital. Whatever. Get in the ambulance and I'm thinking he's about to hook me up to IVs and, you know, save my life. He doesn't. I'm laying in the little gurney thingy, the little bed thingy, and he's asking me more questions. I think Tito's in there somewhere, but I really don't know. He's asking me questions that, again, I don't have the answer to. And that's just it. He just drove me there and then opened the door and let me out. And I walked into the no. I think I did get a wheelchair for the hospital. So they rolled me into the hospital. I remember us waiting in the waiting room for a long time. Here's the thing about going to any emergency room, urgent care, anything like that. They're gonna ask you, you know, your pain level on a scale of 1 to 10. I think I constantly have an issue with saying like I'm a 10 because I know there are people in the world who truly are 10s and truly do need medical care. But also, if you don't say 10, your ass is gonna sit. So, I can't remember. I think I told her like a 7. I still ended up sitting. I sat and I waited for a long time. And in this time, I'm like sitting in this wheelchair. I have like blankets draped around me because it's freezing in hospitals. You know, if you know. And Tito's there with me, and he's saying that he's seen all kind of crazy things. He has a video. I'll insert the video that he took of a lady in the waiting room that was like talking crap about him. Like, just we saw craziness in that waiting room that night. Craziness. And we're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting. And I'm pretty sure I told him, call my mom. Like, she needs to know that I'm in the hospital on my deathbed in Philadelphia where we know nobody. Like, we're in a bad situation, man. Call my mom. He had my cell phone. So he has my cell phone. And at this point in time, it's late. It's like midnight, past midnight. Like, it was late by this point in time. And he's calling my mama. And he's calling my mama off of my phone. My mama knew about him, but she didn't know about him. Like, she didn't know him. And so here he is, a man who she doesn't really know, calling off of my phone in the middle of the night. She sees the number, like any mother, she sees her child calling in the middle of the night. Something's probably wrong. So she picks it up. Immediately she hears a man's voice. And so she's just like, oh my God. They got my baby. Like, the murderers, the killers, the kidnappers, they got her. And that was her first reaction, obviously. But I wasn't in any harm by a murderer, just by some sushi. So she's talking to him. She's telling him I'm in the hospital. And bless his heart, Tito was a trooper because he doesn't even know, never met my mom, never talked to my mom. First time he talked to my mom was when I was in the hospital. So he's trying to keep her up to date on my condition. She's freaking out, thinking she needs to find an emergency trip to Philadelphia because her baby's in the hospital, and all kind of calamity. So they have me waiting. I'm freezing, I'm shivering, I'm trying to go to sleep. Like, we're just waiting. Mind you, we have to be at the airport in a few hours, like in maybe six hours, because we had a flight out early that morning. Was it early that morning? Early that morning we had a flight out back to Florida. The trip was over. Spent our last night in the hospital. And all of a sudden, the shit hits the fan. And I mean this in the most literal, the most literal sense. I had to go to the bathroom. And like, I had to go to the bathroom. So Tito rolls me into the bathroom and like I had to take a dump. I don't know why, but maybe it was a sushi or I don't know what's going on, but I had to like, I had explosive diarrhea. Is that TMI? Might be. Oh well. It's out there now. Explosive diarrhea. And so I remember Tito like walking me into the bathroom and like, he's actually like helping me like, you know, pull my pants down and like get on the toilet. And I'm, you know, I'm still like woozy out of it, like not feeling good. And he's standing by the door. And I remember just looking at him and being like, excuse me. Like, let's leave some mystery to this relationship. You don't need to see me take a dump right now. So he steps out the bathroom and like, I just RIP to that toilet because my system was messed. So he comes back in and like, he's helping me get back in my wheelchair and he like rolls me out. You guys, we've been dating for a week. And we're waiting. We finally get back into a room. And now's the point in time where they're hooking me up to IVs. hooking me up to IVs. I'm all on the little, you know, do thing. And they can't find anything wrong with me. Nothing. Nothing wrong with me. Maybe I'm dehydrated. Maybe I got food poisoning. They don't know. So they have us there. They have me, you know, they're keeping us there. After they've already told me, you know, there's really nothing wrong with me. They pretty much got me there just for monitoring. So I'm being held for monitoring. Time is ticking. Tito and I have a flight to catch back to Orlando. Because, you know, got to get back to life. This was not supposed to be like this kind of trip. It was not supposed to be this. And they're not trying to, what's it called, discharge? They're not trying to discharge me because they're still, you know, trying to monitor me. And it's been hours at this point. Hours. So we're waiting. I'm shaking, freezing cold. And so I'm asking Tito, like, yo, what can we do? Because I'm cold. I don't know if they put something in my IV or what the case may be, but I was going through it. I was shaking like a stripper. So I'm telling Tito, like, yo, I need blankets. I need heat. Help me. Do something. He's still trying to call my mom, get updates. She's calling every 2 seconds, trying to get updates on me, obviously. And I'm telling him I'm cold, so now he's going through the hospital trying to look for extra blankets to steal so he can bring them back to me. And yeah, that's just it. They can't tell me anything is wrong with me. They don't know. To this day, I still don't know what the hell happened to me. I don't know what the hell happened to me. But they finally discharged us from the hospital, and I think it was like 4 in the morning when they discharged us. I think our flight was at like 6:30 that morning. We still have to leave, you know, get out the hospital, get back to the hostel we were staying in, you know, check out of there, get to the airport, get through TSA. Like, it's a process, and we only have an hour and a half, and you know you got to be at your flight early and all that kind of stuff. Check your luggage. Did we have luggage? We didn't have luggage, but it's a process, and we're low-key freaked out. So they discharge us. He rolls me up the hospital with my stolen blankets that I still have. And we're calling and we're trying to get an Uber, trying to get a Lyft. We can get the hell out of Pennsylvania. Long story short, we get back to the hostel and we check out and we get our stuff. And we do get to the airport on time. And we make our flight. But here's the thing, we haven't eaten. We haven't eaten since we had that sushi last night. So Tito's starving, because he's been, you know, monitoring me in the hospital all night. He's starving, I'm starving, but I'm terrified to eat because I don't need, the very last thing that I need is another, you know, another reenactment of what had just happened in Philly. Thousands of feet up in the air. How high do you go? So I'm terrified to eat, but I'm starving. Tito's eating. I think he ended up getting me like a sandwich, like a Subway sandwich that I like a Subway breakfast sandwich that I like pulled the meat off of and like nibbled. We got back to Orlando and he literally he dropped me off at my apartment and I think he ran for the hills. Now, that is all in all the story of me almost dying in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 2018. Tito and I laugh about this story now because, you know, what else could have happened on somebody's like first vacation, like new relationship, first vacation, and my girlfriend almost died. So we laugh about it now, but back then, like, that was a freaking traumatizing experience. And to this day, I still don't know. I still don't know what the hell was wrong with me. But I can tell you this, whenever Tito and I do go out to a restaurant, he himself will not let me eat sushi. Like, he is just like scarred for life, PTSD, he's traumatized, and he himself will not let me eat sushi. In the comment section down below, because y'all know how I am about interaction and talking to y'all, have you A, been to Philadelphia before? If you have been to Philly before, what did you do while you were there? Did you have a good experience or a bad experience? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, you guys, so I'm back, changed the clothes, and that's gonna be it for today's look. Just simple glam. It is wash day, so this is what y'all are getting for hair. But yeah, that's it. That's a finished look on this everyday makeup look that I have going on here. Nothing too crazy, just really simple. I hope you guys enjoyed getting ready with me today, and I hope you enjoyed the story. I hope it was entertaining, laugh at my pain. And yeah, I just really want to thank you guys for tuning in today, watching this video. If you have not already, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If you chuckled or smiled even the slightest bit, please give me a thumbs up. And as usual, if you haven't already joined my family, click that red subscribe button. We'd love to have you. I try to stay full of vibes over here, good times, and positivity. That's about all I have for today, you guys. Again, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!